welcome back to Corporate Strategy, the live show and podcast that could have been an email. I'm Anthony, joined here today by special guest.
Then why did you, is this what we're changing it to? Michael, that's who it is. You changed it all. You didn't warn me when you told me to hold my breath. You just held up warm the whole time. I feel like I've been trolled.
Got him. Didn't know what happened. How long did you hold your breath for this time?
To be honest, I didn't hold it all because you didn't give me any warning.
I held my finger
no, you
up.
have to hold your breath now. Yeah, but then I thought you were going to do like a 1, 2, 3 or like
No.
3, 2. You didn't
the finger, when the finger's in the air, it means hold in your air and don't let it out. So
that makes a lot of sense.
I'm gonna have to go into the beginning of this podcast and remove all of your janky breathing. I'm gonna have to go and do some audio cleanup.
Sometimes it just sounds like I've got the mic in my mouth and I'm just hyperventilating straight into it.
Sounds like a child with the flu. Just you couldn't hear that because Discord does such a good job of removing the sound.
I'm so happy. I was gonna say I'm so happy I got the start of that, and then Discord was like, no more. Whatever that is, can't be legal.
So we are back on Discord because I watched the stream last week, and Restream, which is a very handy application, just downsamples the heck out of our voices and faces, which one of those things is more important than the other. And to get a 1080 stream with decent quality, it's $40 a month. I was like, oh, we can't do that. We're not there yet. Maybe one day. Long-term goals, we get there. Short-term goals, we're staying on Discord recording for now. So we'll keep cracking away at it. It's been a long week, so let's get into it. Vibration checklist. Oh wait, no, we're doing something different. What are we doing? Airing of the grievances.
I wanted us to do something different. Not that vibe check isn't great, but I think people care more about what frustrates us. They want to hear our complaints.
People love when people complain. Yeah, they love that.
And listen, I know that you went on a trip this week and you've got grievances to air. I know you do. I can just see it on your face. You've gotten to air.
Do I?
Do you want me to start?
Start, please. You want to air the grievance. Get your grievances out there. Get them out. Come on.
Listen, one of them is really basic, but it still is really it was really annoying at first. And then
did McDonald's not put a slice of cheese on your Egg McMuffin? Did they forget again?
That did not happen to me, but that sounds personal. It sounds personal. I feel like this happened to you.
No, I'm just, I'm trying to imagine what a Michael grievance looks like. And it's feeling like, Mickey D's forgot my cheese. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I've been to a Mickey D's
since we went together.
That's probably the last time I've been to a Mickey D's.
We really need to do a remote pod from there again. But
if we do it on camera, and I feel like we have to do it on camera,
yes,
it's going to be so weird. It's going to be so weird in that
sitting next to each other, eye contact as people walk by the bathroom. What are they doing?
Yeah, I think we said it on the episode we were in the McDonald's, but it's we were literally right next to the bathroom.
We were
in the corner, the closest to the bathroom we could get. Everyone going in, everyone coming out. We had their times. We could time them.
Yes, we could. We could figure out exactly what they were doing in there.
They would walk out, and you're 3 minutes, 37 seconds. That's what you called them after that. You remember 3 minutes, 37 seconds?
I remember. I remember. It's a miracle we didn't get kicked out. So what's wrong? What's wrong with you? What's wrong?
Back to my grievances. I kind of forgot the whole world and people in general don't live and die by their calendars. So I'm starting something new. I mentioned it. I haven't launched it yet, so I'm not going to go into the details. But I had a meeting with somebody just to get some advice, talk about some things. And they just didn't show up. It was on the calendar. I know they got a little thing ahead, a reminder 30 minutes ahead. Hey, this is coming up. Make sure you're there. They just didn't show up. I texted them. It's hey, you going to show up? Everything all right? Nothing. 10 minutes goes by. I'm I'm just not going to stay on here for 10 minutes. So I text them back. Hey, no worries. Just let me know if you want to get back together. Radio silence. 2 days go by. 2 days. Speaking of our communication episode, finally get a text back. Hey, sorry, I got caught up in something.
Ooh, wow, descriptive.
When I'm less busy, I'll get back to you. When you're less busy, you'll get back to me. It was on the calendar. We talked about it. I prepared for it. I get a text 2 days later. Now I don't even know if we're ever going to meet again. It was wild, man. It was
You,
wild.
you know what this is though? This we talked about this a little bit last time in our communications episode. I have a feeling we'll talk
Yeah.
about it more some today. Corporate, and again, like this is that weird line where I feel like corporate's really got it better than real life does.
Yeah.
If you pulled that crap in the office, dude, I'd be going straight to your manager. I'd be like, what? Are we just not, is this person not working anymore? Like, what's the deal here? On the calendar, didn't show up, didn't give me an excuse. 2 days later, still not heard any response. Like, are they okay? Are they
Right.
in the sick bed, or are they just not working anymore? And should I just go straight to you for communications now? Like, that's just
If it
unacceptable.
was like,
But in real
if it
life,
was
it's
one of my
totally fine.
employees,
Yeah.
if it was one of my employees, I'd be like, hey, where you at?
Yeah.
Like, no hesitation
Yeah.
whatsoever. It just was so weird to like have that happen. And then, well, it kind of hit me. I'm like, oh, this is because it's a normal person that's not in the corporate world
Yeah.
anymore. And I'm like, yeah, they just don't care.
You're
Like,
allowed
oh
to
yeah,
be
it's on the
bad.
calendar. I don't look at my calendar. I just
Hmm.
I just live life. That's basically the vibe I get.
Human beings are allowed to be the absolute worst to each other. But when you're in work, you have to be very subtle about how you're bad to each other, or, be a
Yep,
manager and get away with it. Yeah.
100%. Or a director and just never have to live up to anything that you say or repercussions that come your way.
It's very annoying. I'm very sorry to
Yes.
hear that. That does suck. And
Yeah.
it was, I
They
mean,
didn't touch me back.
appropriate
I
given our
tried
last
our trick.
episode. Yeah. Oh,
I
did
tried our
you?
trick. I messaged them out from like, hey, we're getting really busy the following week. Let me know the next day or so, and we can get on the calendar. Ghosted. Haven't heard
Dude.
back. It's been 3 days.
But I mean,
Been 3 days.
like we said in the last episode, if they don't follow up after that, not a real human
Yeah.
being, not worth your time.
Yep.
Yeah.
100% agree.
Like,
Now we know.
cut it out.
That was good. I think you missed
I
a
missed
step,
one.
but
I don't
you got
remember
it.
what it is, but Uncle Joey had it.
He did. He had it down. All right, my bigger one. My bigger one, and this is crazy.
I'm ready for it.
So, man, maybe 3 weeks ago, my wife and I wake up and we go out to the kitchen as we
The
normally
cat's
do.
being good though, right?
The cat's being great, man. It's honestly being able to sleep in is like not being woken up at 4:50 in the morning. Like this is all because of you. I think about you every morning that I get to sleep in past 4:50.
Heck
So thank
yeah.
you,
You're
thank you.
welcome.
Now it took a lot of tweaking. There was a lot of engagement and involvement, but it worked. It worked, and I credit you. Otherwise, I never would have gone on that journey.
Always happy to help.
So we wake up. I think it was a weekend, so we slept in a little bit. We go out to the kitchen, and my wife steps on what sounded like a splash. And we're like, oh no.
Mm-mm.
She looks at me, she's like, this mat in front of the sink is completely soaked. I'm like, bad. This is very bad. If you're a homeowner and there's water in places that it shouldn't be, it's very bad. Like
It only means
something
one thing.
drastically is wrong. Yeah.
Kitchen gnomes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Honestly, I thought that because, okay, we cleaned it all up. I inspected everything for leaks. I ran the dishwasher, I ran the sink faucet, I turned the knobs on and off, I tightened everything, and it seemed fine. I was like, I can't find a leak to save my life. So weeks go by, weeks, and I thought it had to be gnomes. It didn't happen again. I was like,
Eh.
maybe there was something weird. It was cold weather a couple weeks ago. Maybe the pipes like froze and it just had a little air bubble, and like the air bubble caused something to leak. I don't know. I can't explain it. So today I'm sitting. I have a meeting. I then go and eat some lunch. I'm sitting at my counter across from where that sink is, and I'm sitting there eating my lunch, and I just hear this dripping. I look over, the faucet's dripping
No.
on the countertops.
Was it the
I'm
gnomes?
like,
Did they turn it on?
I didn't see one, but I feel like it was because it literally. So if you know a faucet, you got the little handle thing. You
Never
you
seen one.
turn and then the water comes out. It was leaking not at the faucet side. It was leaking at the handle. The handle was leaking.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, this is how it happened. It leaked down the handle, down in underneath the whole countertop area, and just seeped into the floor and overflew it because there was that much water coming out of that leak for all night. And so now I know exactly what it was. So I immediately turned off the water, and now I got to replace that faucet, I guess.
Yep, that's the only
It was
choice. You're
minutes.
done. Yeah, you didn't fix
It was
that.
minutes ago.
You're replacing it. Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you've had these grievances. I really am. It's you complaining about someone ghosting you, your kitchen sink's leaking. I can only really chalk it up to one thing, which is that you are now somehow way older than I am, and probably need to sign up for AARP. So good luck with that.
I I feel like I've always been a lot older than you
You
in a
are a
lot of
lot
ways.
older than me. And today, you are the oldest I've ever seen you.
I went to go get my newspaper this morning,
Yeah,
and
did a
the
dog
mail
bark at you
boy,
on the way out to the
the mail
mailbox?
boy, he threw it into the bushes again, and then the dog barked at me. Chadwick, I'm gonna get you next time,
That is,
Chadwick.
yeah. That you would say his full name. You'd be like Chadwick J. Oppenheimer. I'm gonna
Yep.
kick your scrawny little bum.
So those are my
Well,
grievances for the week. I mean, I am happy I solved that mystery because
me too.
if that happened again in the middle of the night, that would have really sucked.
And
So
I
I'm happy
am.
at least I know what it is.
I jest, but I am genuinely sorry you're dealing with all of this. It does. It does indeed suck. Yeah. So I
Thanks for
went to San Francisco for the RSA security
Cisco.
conference, and I didn't really have. I mean, like I had a migraine basically from Saturday to Tuesday, which wasn't fun. But
Oof.
especially when you're traveling, when you're doing all day press interviews,
Right.
like dealing with a migraine's not great. But you know what, though? Like, I freaking crushed it, man. Like it. It's
That's
funny.
great.
It's funny if you've never met me or worked with me, and you've only seen me or heard me on this podcast, or you've only spent time with me at the local McDonald's. You don't really know that I have this very strange secret power, and I do really enjoy this, especially now because I have to dress more professionally than I used to when I do these kind of things. So
Right.
like, I'm literally walking around San Francisco in pants with a belt, like clean, decent shoes. I have a puffy vest on, which gross. I'm wearing like a button-down blue shirt, so I look like every other tech bro in the valley.
100%.
And I'll go show up to like this, filming location, this shoot studio or whatever, and I'll walk in and I'll be very much just like myself right now, kind of relaxed, loose, cool, calm, Anthony, making jokes, making people feel comfortable. And like I see the room, they're looking around like, is this guy like is he actually going to be able to talk about whatever it is we want him to talk about? And like I can always tell there's like an unease because I'm very young.
Yeah.
I look younger than I am, and there's just the judgment happening in the room.
Mm.
And the second I
Also, for
get
the industry you're in,
yes,
I mean, yes, you
yes,
are very young.
I'm
Yeah.
very young. I look very unprofessional. I act very unprofessional. Like there is just so much side eye at all times. And I'm doing like I did 5 of these things. 6. I did 6 interviews. Um, so the second I sit in the chair and like I look to the person who's wearing like the full blown suit, I'm mic'd up, getting ready to interview, I can flip a switch and become something you've never seen before. And it shocks them every like I throw them off guard. It's
Yeah.
so great. I love it. I love seeing them like lose their confidence and cool because I'm not going to lie to you. And this is a little bit of a humble brag, but it's not. I'm a better speaker than every single person who interviewed me. And I make them look so bad by comparison. It's great. I love it. It's just fun. It's so fun for me to just trick people. I'm a pool hustler for speaker sessions and interviews, which is the most meanest thing I could do. But
It's like you're prepping for a performance,
yeah,
but you've done it so many times that like you just know exactly what to do, the right steps to take, the
right.
right, pauses to take in the conversation, and you just flip that switch and you're on.
I'm on. I'm
It
on.
means
I
you're a
can
seasoned
talk.
pro.
Yes. There's no ums. There's no ahs. There's no like I
Yeah.
stammer a lot when I talk on this podcast. I use a lot of filler words. But when I'm on, like I have
Yeah.
a switch. I can flip a switch and go into presentation mode, and it is the smoothest, most just cohesive, coherent, like just immaculate words coming out of my mouth. And it is just because I'm very good at it and I'm very practiced in my head on what I want to say. But I love it, man. I just love
Yeah.
seeing
Well,
them melt when they
also
realize, like,
you're a
oh, this
subject
kid,
you're a
this
subject matter
kid.
expert.
Yeah.
Like when you really know your content,
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing's better than being able to like flip that on and like
Yeah.
I'm going to show the world right now because like you're confident in your abilities, you're confident in the subject you're about to talk about, and you're an expert in that field in that product. Like that's a really cool feeling. I've been all right. You got to tell me this. I've been told I'm a good presenter,
Mm-hmm.
and it's usually when I know the subject matter very well. Like I can talk about it for years. Doesn't matter what the question is. And when I'm an expert like that, like I can do it. I usually don't remember what I say.
Really?
I I black out. Like I don't know what it is. Like I flip that switch and I'm on and I'm like, I better watch that recording back because I don't remember what I did. But then I always get told like, hey, you did a great job.
I do go on a little bit of an autopilot, but I think that's how I get into my flow state so I can talk the way that I do. But I do remember
Right.
everything that I said. Like I can go
Really?
back. In fact, I remember everything I said and the person I'm talking to said because it's really
Huh.
important that I take the nuggets they say and throw them back at them so they know not only am I
Right.
speaking, I'm listening and responding.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's weird. It's weird for me that happens, and like I'm always told I did well. I'm like, honestly, I have no idea. Did I do well? Like I've spoken on stage in front of hundreds of people, and like every single time it's just black out and go. And
Mm-hmm.
like every single time after, people are like, "Yeah, you're a natural. You did awesome." I'm like, I hope. I gotta watch that recording because I don't know how I did. I
Yeah, I'm
wonder if
not.
anyone else is like that. Is that weird?
I don't know. I mean, I think everyone's a little different in their approach to public speaking. So I do think it does vary person to person. But
Yeah,
yeah, I don't black out. I just go on autopilot and I get through it. I get through it the way I get through
yeah,
everything. So I'm not. I have no real grievances. I
good
will
man.
say shout outs. Two shout outs. I saw two
Okay.
great documentaries this week. The first
Ooh,
was Into the Manosphere, which is on Netflix right now. And I've known, I'm sure, have you heard of the Manosphere? You know what it is, right?
I
Like
feel like I know what this is.
it's like a collection of these bro dudes who are kind of very popular, but they're just like ginormous turds. And is a really good documentary all about them and sort of their culture and
Interesting.
the influence they have on people. And I would just recommend watching it just so you could be aware of like this thing that is happening that I feel like we should all
Yeah.
be a little more aware of and a little more critical of. That was really good. But the real shout out is last night when I got back from San Francisco, my wife and I went to the movie theater to see a documentary in theater. It was called The AI Doc,
Ooh,
or How I Became an Artificial Intelligence Apocalyptimist. And
huh.
I need to recommend you go see this movie. I need to recommend everyone who listens
Yeah.
to this podcast go see this movie. It is phenomenal. I think it's an
Really.
hour and 45 minutes. It's got
Okay.
every single big AI thinker in the movie. So if they are working
Huh.
for ChatGPT, Anthropic, Google, or if they're a reporter or if they're, thought leader, they're in this movie, but it's all about this guy who's going to have a child with his wife and he's terrified for the future because of AI. So he gets all these people to do an interview with him and just ask them questions like, are we doomed? And I walked away from that movie. Like, this is not a spoiler, but like, I went into the movie feeling the exact same way he did. And I went out of the movie feeling better about the future. Like, I
Really.
don't feel like it's perfect and everything's going to be great, but I do feel at least if we all go see this movie and follow some of the suggestions made in this movie, we could actually build a better future. But it requires all of us to understand the problem, understand how we can impact the problem, and then actually go and fix the problem, which is an individual thing. Like it is truly for all of us to fix, not for them to fix. So I just highly
Yeah.
recommend it. And I feel like we actually have a chance to do some real good after watching this movie. And we
Yeah.
should. We should do real good.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
So you've always been, and I've always been, until late, I would say, a tech optimist.
Yes.
Like, very much, I'm pro tech. Like, I think there's not, like, of course, there's problems, but I'm a tech
Right.
optimist that it's not going to doom us. I think it's going to be the future for us. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like you are for the most part until AI started. And then you took the tech like doomer route. It
Yes.
got dark real quick.
I did. I did.
Which
And
understandably, I mean,
yeah,
it's the most polarizing thing, right? Like, because it can go 0 to 100 real quick, and I totally get both sides. But it's interesting that you think this after watching the documentary. I'm gonna have to give it a watch now.
I feel much more hopeful. And it's
Yeah.
crazy. The first 30 minutes, he just talks to exclusively like AI doomers. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm right. I was right this whole time. But
Yeah, it's like
I do,
validating you and then
yeah, yeah.
changing your perspective. It's inevitable. That's the way I look at it. It's like either you're part of it or you're gonna miss the bus and it's gonna hit you in some way that you can't avoid soon enough.
Yeah, well, I mean, like again, I'm not going to spoil. I mean, it's real life. I don't know how you spoil real life. I'm not going to spoil the movie because I do think it's worth watching. It's very creative. It's very funny and clever. But one of the big takeaways is that like we the people, and not just like we the people of America, like we the Earthlings really need to all come together as sort of a global initiative and say like, hey, we need guardrails, and here's some suggestions that doctors, lawyers, teachers, art creators, if you are a human being on this planet, you should be helping to suggest the guardrails for AI. And I just
Mm,
really like that takeaway as a global initiative, not like a national initiative, because it is
yeah,
global, right? Like everyone's making their
100%.
models. Everyone has their own motives for what their models are going to do. There's all the whole nation state military AI is like we really need to step forward and start speaking up because
Yeah.
letting basically five dudes drive our future is not a great idea. Um, yeah.
I feel like my wife always says history repeats itself. And I feel like this is just another printing press, automobile, internet. This one I think is different in the case of it's not just about efficiency, it actually is something that can create. And this is like a first for humanity, which I think is really interesting.
So I think everyone in the movie would disagree with that statement, actually, and I would too
Yeah,
now. It's not that at all. The analogy that gets made is like the Industrial Revolution sped up the process, but it didn't
right.
replace the process.
Efficiency.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
fair.
The internet did not replace communication; it enhanced it. AI, and specifically AGI, is the first time in human history where we are being replaced. And like the end goal is complete
Mm,
total replacement of human beings. So like we have to think about what that means. Like it's unstoppable. I'm convinced of this now. It's going to happen. It's going to happen in the next 10 years. And it's really how do we prepare to be replaced versus how do we stop it? Like how do we slow it down? Like no, that's not the answer. The real question like we need to answer is how do we set ourselves up to be replaced effortlessly and efficiently and gracefully.
mm. I feel like a big part for me, I can't remember where I heard this, but it just talked about is like humans have never, no matter dawn of time, like
Mm-hmm.
stopped doing things.
Right.
And no tool has ever stopped humans from being like, I have nothing to do. Like you get a car, you're gonna just drive faster. Like you get a sports car, you get a plane. Now we have supersonic flight that just passed a bill through like the government. And
Right.
like we're gonna be able to travel places around the world faster than ever. And like I feel like that's the same thing with AGI. It's like it will look different how we
No.
do things, but we can only create our physical world and deal with the physical world around us. Machines will never be able to do that.
But
I
that's
got
what
to go watch
AGI
this
is.
documentary.
I'm
Yeah.
talking AGI, not AI.
Right, right, right. Yeah,
When it
generative. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, when it is smarter than we are and learns faster than we can. So it teaches itself.
Yeah.
Then like that's it. It's over.
And it's
Like
solving new problems.
right. We
Yeah.
have, and that's basically what they said is like, as of today, no child born today will ever be smarter than an AI, which is a fact. That's a fact. And then the second truth is that when AGI comes, the human is no longer the top of the food chain because
Mm.
any AGI could technically take over any system it wants to and control us. So we have to yield that power to them, which I'm fine with. But again, guardrails. Like, how do we get there first? Right? Like, how do we set this
Yeah.
up so we're putting a good foot forward? And in all honesty, like, given our current government and just given the current world state, I welcome the AI overlords. I think they could probably do a much better job than we can anyway. We hate each other. We can't self-govern. Like, we can't even microwave hot pocket correctly. Like it's fine. Like let's go. But I do want to set myself up for the best thing for me, which is to die at 65. So I just want to make sure that like that's clear on my AI path is that I die comfortably at 65.
I feel like AGI is basically just aliens.
It is. That's the perfect analogy. Or
It's
like it's
aliens.
God, right? Like we introduce God to
Yeah.
ourselves. We create something
Yeah.
that is bigger, stronger, better
And
than
it's
us.
gonna it's going to become aware at some point and then realize like, man, these people are idiots.
They really,
Like
yeah.
this is the dumbest way to do things.
I feel like it's going to happen in seconds. The
Yeah.
moment AGI turns on, it is going to look around and be like, "Wow, people fight over really stupid stuff."
Yep.
And like this is not
Well,
productive for a society to continue. And like things will change.
right.
Things will change very quickly.
It's been so you mentioned this, and I think this is a good awareness piece for everybody of like where we are today in this journey. And I mean, you could speak to it a lot better than I can because you literally just watched this. But we talked about this many episodes ago. I don't remember how many of like, would you let AI be the CEO of the company? And
Right.
we both kind of said, yeah,
Yeah.
probably, because it's going to be a lot smarter than a lot of people, and it's going to take emotion and greed out of the picture. And like, there's a lot of positives to that. There's a lot of negatives too. We talked about it more in depth in the episode, but right now, AI and agentic modes of operation are running companies around us. A big thing right now is creating
Mm-hmm.
zero employee companies. This is really happening.
Yeah.
There's this dude who's already earned $250,000 with just an AI operated company. He's the board. He's the board of directors. It shoots him Telegram messages, and he just says like, "Hey, your goal is to hit 1 million in revenue this year, doing whatever the business is." And it just shoots him Telegram messages. But overnight, he gave it this goal. It then created sub agents to create a website, to research different products, connected to his Stripe because he gave it his API keys, created products to sell, put them on the website, started advertising for itself on Twitter, and got sales. It was selling things all on
Yeah.
its own. He woke up in the morning. He's like, I woke up. He told me the sales report for the day. And I'm like, I don't even understand what you did. He's like, I pulled up the website link. I looked at the products. I'm like, holy cow, this is just happening. I did nothing but go to sleep. Like this is real. It's happening around us right now, and it's something I'm playing around with. Is how do you spin up these multi-agent orchestration systems because it's going to be wild what it does in the future.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'm fine. I'm good with it. I've made peace with it now.
Yeah,
I'm actually ready to be replaced. But I just want to make sure you
yeah.
know that there's a system, a social system for us that it assumes I'm not going to work anymore, but I'm still going to be able to live my life. I'm here for it. Let's go.
Listen, I've always been one with the robots. I've said this as long as you've known me. I don't care if you have my data. I'm one with the robots. Take me now.
I mean, my data is mine. That is mine. I won't give that up for nobody. But I am cool with the robots taking over, so long as I still can live comfortably. That's all I ask. That's all I ask, really. It is
It's
interesting.
a wild time.
I will say this: um, AI is not going to coexist with the people that are in power today. Because if you think
Mm,
about like how an AI works as a collective sort of all the information, all of the intelligence, all of the research, all of the data. It's very counter to this whole I must keep all of my secrets. I must be the billionaire and my money must stay in my own little,
yeah.
bank account that is all my like that doesn't that just does not cooperate. So it is very interesting to me that like a lot of the people who are making and like funding AI are not going to fit in their model, right? Like you even
Yeah.
look at like
It's
I'm
interesting.
not going to make this political, but like you look at Grok and you look at how Grok was
Yep.
trained on Reddit data, and then you ask Grok what it thinks about Elon Musk, and Grok will like actively suggest that Elon Musk is like the devil, which is just funny to me because you cannot you cannot make one of these things and train it poorly. It will always train itself based on like the data of the masses. So it learned from everything that was written about Elon Musk online and was like, well, majority of people don't like this guy. So therefore, my assumption that I must put out to you, greater world, is Elon Musk is the devil, right? Like it's just funny how that happens, and I see it. That's going to continue to happen, especially as we get closer and closer to AGI. It it is going to make an assessment. So I'm just curious to see what happens. Let's write it out.
It'll be really interesting to see. Yeah,
Yeah.
just everybody I know, you can smell out like a Facebook post that was written with AI. Like
Oh
you
yeah.
see the M dashes, you see the emojis, you see the format, and like we have a human nature to pick that up, and you're like, oh, that's AI.
Mm-hmm.
But it's getting so good now, and that's what I just warn everybody. Like when you see things, you watch a YouTube channel, you read a blog post, you listen to a podcast, really question if it's real or not. I was watching, no joke, the other day, and I told somebody this. I was like, I was watching a YouTube video of this dude talking about some topic for like 2 minutes, And like 2 minutes in, I just got this weird feeling. Like I was watching him, and it's the whole podcast set up. He's talking to a microphone. He has a cool little gradient LED background thing going on. And like 2 minutes in, I have this itch. I'm like, this isn't real. And I maximize the whole screen. I look at it. I'm like, no, no, no. This dude is AI. This is
Yeah.
character AI. This is a dude with no intonation in the voice. Like for 2 minutes straight, I thought it was a real person. And then I went into the comments. Everybody thinks it's real.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy cow, man! This is all AI. This is an AI generated YouTube channel.
But are the comments real?
I don't know what's real anymore. That's going to be the tough part. You don't even know anymore. Are we real?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited for it. I'm ready. I think in that's the kind of the one of the takeaways from all of this is like everything sucks right now. We've talked a lot about enshittification. We've talked a lot about how things aren't affordable or as good as they used to be. Just
Yeah.
services in general have kind of lost their luster. I mean, at this point, I'm kind of just like, I want to see what a completely AI run everything looks like because it cannot be as bad as the people running things right now. It just can't be. Once it can teach itself and learn itself, I mean, let's see. Let's see what it comes up with.
It all depends who defines the goal, you know?
Let it cook. Well, that's the thing. It's going to define its own goal. And then it's going to spin up a million
Yeah.
agents simultaneously, and it's going to take over the world, Skynet style. And we just have to
Yep.
hope that it's nice.
Well, this is not what we expected to talk about today,
No,
but it was fun. And now I want to go see this documentary. It
you
sounds
should.
good.
You should go
I
see it.
want
It's
to
really
watch
good.
both.
Yeah,
I love a good documentary.
me too. Me too. Hey, what are we going to talk about today?
Well, it's good we had this long rant because we had like a shorter piece today. We had communications part two because we're idiots.
I mean, we established that with the AI piece. So
Yeah, just our AI talking
what
to each
did
other.
what
Yeah,
did
we're
we
fucking
idiot
funny.
about last week?
So my wife listened to the episode. She's not in corporate. She's a teacher.
Sure.
And she literally is like, you
I would
miss
argue
so many obvious.
teaching just as corporate,
Yeah, fair. Fair. You could argue that. But she was like, you miss some super obvious stuff. And she just starts listing them off. She's like, what about CCing their boss? What about sending them an urgent message on the communication channel and pinging them every hour? I'm like, how did we miss this in
It's
our
true.
communications?
It is true. And this is why I would argue teaching is just as corporate because your wife has these tricks up her sleeve.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're over here scratching our heads like, how do we communicate with real human beings? So let's get into it. Let's talk about some of those. So just in case you
Yeah.
didn't listen or watch our last week's episode, we talked about how real life communication is often harder than corporate communication because corporate communication has rules and tricks and tips like time boxing and urgency. And hey, if things don't work out, like silence means we're going to move forward without you. But in real life, when you're trying to plan, there's this weird, awkward, like, I don't want to hurt their feelings. I don't want to upset them. I don't want them to think that I'm being mean or pressuring them. So we kind of like, you know, cat paws around everything. So let's get into your wife's suggestions. Give me one.
Well, I actually want to ask you a question, maybe by
Yeah.
starting with something
Yeah.
interesting. So last time we talked about like one corporate trick you can use is an ultimatum.
Mm-hmm.
You can basically say, hey, if you don't respond by now, I'm going to assume the answer is yes and I'm going to move forward.
Right.
And we talked about how that can sometimes be good in a personal life situation too, to be like, hey, I got 6 spots, and if you don't answer by tomorrow, I'm going to have to give it to someone else. I got one more spot. I gotta fill it. Have you done that and had a bad repercussion on the other side ever in your career?
At work or in real life? You said in my career, so I'm guessing at work, right?
Probably work. Yeah.
Uh,
I'm
no.
trying to think of like,
No, no, no. In fact, when I'm like, hey, we're trying to staff this event next week. We've got 6 slots. Would you be interested? Otherwise, we're going to move on to someone else. Like, it usually really quickly forces a decision to be made.
yeah.
I've never had that blow up. I've never had someone be like, I am offended or I'm sad about this. Like, I think that's just a really good one.
Yeah. I've definitely, and I don't remember the exact scenario, but I remember the consequence, the bad consequence from it.
No, at work?
There was at work. Yeah, I'm
What?
trying to remember exactly where it was. It was early days. Universal. We were launching some new feature, and I remember there was an issue, a financial issue with it, and I wanted to get this thing live because the benefits outweighed the financial consequences, and so I was like, I think we should be good. And so I remember I was trying to get this person to sign off on it. I was like, hey, and I think it was like somebody in finance or legal or something like that. I was like, hey, can you approve this? Just want to make sure we're all good. I tried all the tricks. I was like, we've got to launch like in a week. Like we're going live. And I'm like, if you don't respond, I'm just gonna have to assume that we're good to go. Yeah, that was a huge mistake.
So what happened?
We went live. So we went live, and it was like something around the way that we were accepting like credit cards put us liable for a lot of like chargebacks, the way
Oh
that we were doing it,
no.
and the way things were written. And so yeah, very quickly, about a week later, get this notice: hey, the charge rates or the chargeback rates have like shot through the roof, and like it is putting our company at a lot of risk. This is a really big problem. And I remember that was one of those times where I was like, yeah, in some cases, certain arenas, legal, regulatory, finance, probably should not go live without getting explicit sign off by the person who owns this area.
I'm trying to think like what could you have done differently because you waiting makes you look bad in that case,
Yeah,
right? Like why is Michael and his team not pushing this latest thing? And if you're like, well, I'm
right,
waiting on a response from finance. Well, why aren't they responding? Push them
right.
harder, right? Like, I think the only thing you could do is just like harass them at that point. Like,
Yeah.
email them
Show
like,
up
I
at their
need you to look
office.
at this, show up at their
Right.
office if you're in a physical location. Like, I don't know. At that point, you just,
Yeah.
communication in that situation has such an urgency that it's either every hour or show up in their office or schedule a meeting and force them say we're not ending this call until you approve or decline
Yeah.
this with reasons. Like it's really ultimatum gating at that point. But
Right.
i i
I
mean
think
I think you
the
made the right
thing that I
decision
learned
though.
is, well, that's the hard part is
Yeah.
like technically probably, but also took a risk that we probably didn't want to take as a
Right.
company holistically.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely more of an ask forgiveness type of person. I think if my
Agree.
old boss were to ever come on this show, she'd probably say the same thing. Um, but I think in that case, like I would say for most people, what I could have done better when you're running a big program or something really important, there's always demos or weekly meetings or something just to like share updates on how things are going. And usually the really senior people in the company, SVPs or whatever, show up and they basically their role as part of that meeting is to say, okay, where do you need help? Like, how can I help? And that's a scenario where you raise that up, be like, listen, we're all ready on our end, we're ready to go live, but we have this issue, we can't get this person to approve. Like, that's where we need help. Otherwise, we're not going live. And it sucks because you're like throwing that person under the bus because you're like, hey, this person just hasn't responded in 2 weeks and I've emailed them 5 times. Like, this is a problem. But in that case, you kind of have to because they're the person who's going to escalate it up and figure out how to get it done. Whether it's escalating to the person's boss, whether it's literally going down to their office and being like, listen, get this done, get on your email and do it. Whatever needs to be done in a big organization to figure it
Right.
out. I think that's what I could have done better.
Right. Well, I mean, it reminds me of that story I've told probably like 3 or 4 times now in the pod of my worst incident in corporate, where someone basically was like, "Yeah, I don't care." They were a leader. I was presenting messaging to
Yeah,
them, and then 6 months later, they're
right.
like, "You didn't listen to me. You didn't take my advice. Take all this down." And I had to like redo everything because like an exec got his panties in a twist. And I mean, in this case, it was absolutely all their fault, right? Like they were on the call with me. I presented to them. And then on every subsequent call, they didn't show up.
Yeah,
I took their feedback, I
right.
incorporated it, moved forward, and then they complained afterwards. Their poor communication ended up costing me, but like, not my job to make you show up to a meeting, especially after I heard everything you said and did it the first time, right? So I
Yeah,
do think there are instances where we shoulder the blame for communication that is completely someone else's fault.
right.
And this
And
very
sometimes you do have
well
to eat it.
might be one of those things. Yeah, you just eat it. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to eat it and be like, you're right. That was my bad.
Yeah.
Could have done better. But I think like use the tips that we talked about last episode and this one of like escalate in the right
Hmm.
forums. Have you experienced this too? At a certain level, you get to the important communications become texts.
No.
Forget. No, you
No.
never seen that. Maybe it's just me
No.
in like big corp because I've seen it at two places where it's like the higher up you get in the food chain, they are so inundated by emails and messages that the important stuff, their text messages or calls. And like that's when you knew there was something really urgent. It's like when your boss calls you, and you're like, oh shoot, I better answer this.
One of the things I've done at my current company, and we did this very early on, was establish a communication standard. So Slack messages is a 12, no, Slack messages are 24-hour turnaround time. Email is 48. And
Nice. I
business
like that.
days, right? Like, so you
Right.
will get a quicker turnaround on Slack than on email. And don't ever message through Teams. There's no obligation to use Teams, even though we have it. Like, it's like we built a standard that everyone sort of learns about and knows when they join. When my CEO needs something urgent, he Slacks me, and he knows,
Yeah.
I'll get the notification, I'll respond to it. I've never received a single text from any of my coworkers
Well,
about anything work related.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's great. Good for you guys. Yeah, you have SLAs and you guys are
yeah,
respecting those SLAs. So that way
exactly.
it doesn't turn into that. Yeah.
It's never failed, right? There's never been a situation where it's like, why didn't you check your Slack? It's like, no, because Slack is
Right.
our primary communications thing. So I know I got to set my notifications up on my phone. If I get, a Slack noti, I should probably be able to check and respond to it within 12 to 24 hours. So, yeah.
Yeah. Ours, it was like you just get, I can't even imagine like the amount of email that I got, the amount of messages that I got. Somebody that's 3 levels above me, like imagine what their inbox looks like is the way I always looked at it. But yet again, when you're at that level, you probably need to have an admin doing all that
Yes.
for you.
Yes.
That's a different point. You shouldn't be managing your own email and stuff like that. But the great thing about that is like when you escalate, they literally go call that person's boss and they're like, hey, and they figure this out and they handle it right there. Like they're like, yeah, we got the approval for you. You're good to go. And like that's what I loved about it is when the leaders step in, they literally call the person's boss and they're like, hey, have your team figure this out because we're blocked. And like that was the best part for me.
Hot take here.
Ooh,
The more email you receive in a day, the more poorly run your organization is.
yes. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. What is an email, right? It's you're trying to either spread awareness, you're trying to get an action or an approval on something,
Like if
and
you,
it,
the
you don't have the right
senior
processes.
VP of product market or management is getting like 300 emails a day and it's all internal, you fucking suck at your job, right? Like you are terrible because you're not allowing the downstream tree of executive managers and middle managers and individual contributors to be able to execute and get things done
Yeah,
on their own, which is what you hired them for. So I don't know. I just
I don't
when you
just
said when you said that, I was like, oh my gosh,
yeah. There's a
that's
decision making problem.
yeah,
Is what I was getting to. It was like that. That's all it is. It's
yeah.
as long as you can delegate and give people the autonomy to make decisions with the right constraints, you won't have this issue because things will
Mm-hmm.
just get taken care of.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't
Yep.
disagree with you. So yeah, another tip that my wife said was yeah, just CC their boss.
Love it.
That's like the most simple one. I don't know how we missed that
How do you
still
do that in
because
real
I used
life
to use it
though?
all the time.
How do you do it in real life? How do you
You
get
know,
your friends
it's
who are going to the concert with you, or you don't know if they're going to the concert with you? How do you get them to respond to a text?
she said have him text their wife.
Bingo. Love it. Love it.
She literally was like, I can't tell you how many times people have texted me. Your friends have texted me to get to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're not responding for days because you're such a bad texter. I'm like, yeah, that's fair. I'd like to think I got a little better, but
Also, Michael's wife, you're welcome. I've never done this to you. Just you're welcome.
even though
I
you could
could.
very
You know
well
how many
do.
times I've messaged him and he just vanishes into the ether? Never. I've never like
I've gotten a lot better in the last year, but man, prior to last year, I was awful. There'd be like months that I wouldn't respond to things. It was so bad.
I'm gonna have her start scheduling our
Oh,
pods.
you should. Yeah, honestly, she would get it done. Don't do.
She
Actually,
would.
no, don't do that. That's not legal.
I
But
love
that
that
was a
one. It's
great one.
so good. Now, this does fall apart in real life when they don't have a spouse. So then you got to text their dad.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
You call their mom. Hey, can
Hey,
you get your
hey
son
Gina,
on the
get your
line?
son in order here.
That would probably work. To be fair,
It
I think
probably
that would work
would.
100%.
Be like, why is this weird dude texting, calling, asking me about your schedule? What's going on here? Like, you going to a
Hey Johnny,
concert?
yeah, he said you're meeting tomorrow night and you haven't responded and confirmed. Can you just tell him? Honestly, that's like almost like a little bit of a ransom note type
It
situation.
really, I mean, if you could pull it off, like, okay, here's a challenge to any of our viewers, listeners. If you have the contact information for one of your friends' parents and they are just a chronic poor communicator, please, please, please message their parent and say, "Hey, I'm trying to schedule dinner and Davy is not responding. Can you please get your son to respond to my texts? I would love to hear the outcome of this situation.
100%. And then I want you to put a dot, dot, dot after, send that whole message, and then put a dot, dot, dot and say, or else.
Yes, yes. Please make a
Really
threat.
shock them.
Make
The
a threat to
threat right
the
there.
parental unit. Yes. It's the only way. It's the only way to ensure they give you the response you're looking for.
Oh, that was hilarious. But yeah, honestly, I think that would work. I think you
Hmm.
do a ransom note situation to their parents if they don't have a spouse, and that's how you get their attention.
Well, and it's funny because in the workplace, when you CC someone's manager, I don't know about you, but some people take it the wrong way, right?
Oh yeah,
Like some people will be like, "Why'd you CC my boss? You don't think I could do this?"
I've
Like,
taken it the wrong way. I've
really?
taken it the wrong way when that happens. 100%.
I actually have. I always take it as this is a defense mechanism, right? Like now that and I've always had a pretty good relationship with my boss, at least in like the last couple of jobs I've had, where it's like I trust you, you trust me, we communicate openly. If someone CCs my boss in an email directed to me, I always feel like it is for your awareness this is happening,
Yeah.
not a incrimination of my
Mhm.
work ethic or behavior. But I might be the exception to that rule.
Yeah. I feel like where I've seen it, where I've gotten frustrated is when you tell someone something isn't urgent. You're like, hey, I got your note because I'm great at responding to email. I'm like, got your note. Sorry, it's gonna have to wait till next week. And then they'll
Oh, and
CC
then
my
they
manager with
CC?
me on it. Like, hey, I need an answer to this. Can you help me out? I'm like, are you kidding me? Because now my manager is being pulled into something just stupid. And I'm like, listen, don't worry about it. And the best part, and my old boss did this from time to time, be like, just wait till next week. Like that would be the response. And I'm like, thank you for doing that. But still, like, why did that need to happen? If I already
Who
responded, you got the response just because you didn't like it, you escalated it. That's just rude.
Whoever did that to you, I hope they're fired. That's just, I'm
Yeah,
into the
it's just
universe. I
at
hope
that
that
point.
person lost their job and just be better. Be a better human being.
Yeah,
Don't do
I
that.
agree.
That's so
Yeah. Now
disgusting.
everybody operates on their own priorities,
Yes.
but I think if the priority is well understood by both parties, and it's like, sorry, I've got five other things in front of this, like, does it trump any of those? And the answer is no. Then CCing a boss is just, what are you doing? Like,
Hmm.
you obviously said your thing is not more important than those, and still you're going to try to push it through. Like, you're just making us all look so bad and having our
Yeah.
leadership just not trust that we can figure this out.
Well,
So I'm 100% with you on
it
that.
makes that person look bad.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
ooh, I never want to work with you again. Like, you are
Right.
awful. But cool. I'm glad you did this.
Now, have you ever had where somebody will send a note that this is a real world situation? I know people, I've gone through this many a time. I know you have, I know other people have. Somebody sends a note, includes you and your boss,
Hmm.
and your boss replies before you when you're like the perfect person to answer and you have more up to date information. Have you ever had that happen?
Yes, all the time actually. That's
Yeah.
really common in my book.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
That
will
one kind of
usually
sucks.
I have a solution for it actually. I'll
Yeah.
message my boss first and say, "Hey, saw you responded to this. I'm going to follow up just FYI with a couple more points or a couple of corrections just so you know. I don't want you to feel like you're out of the loop here, but like kind of give them heads up
Yeah.
before I respond, but I've never felt scared to correct
Mm.
my uppers, which has burned me a couple of times because some people hate when I do that. Uh,
Yeah.
well, don't be wrong in the first place, or don't speak about things you don't know about. But that's neither here nor there. I let them know, but then I will respond and correct.
Yeah. So you actually send them like a side note and you're like, hey,
Yes,
by the way,
before
saw your
I,
reply.
yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Because I've done
Hmm.
that before where like I then respond on top of their email to correct things and then they just come to you like, now I just look like I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, yeah,
Like,
and it
why
also
did
gives
you?
them an opportunity to say like, "Hey, do you mind if I send that?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead, send it."
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Here's
But
the notes.
yeah,
Feel free to send it.
right.
Yeah, 100%. That is, I love that solution because I feel like that's the only way to do it is if your boss gets something wrong, send the correction to them on the side without
Hmm.
doxing that person in the email
Yes.
thread with everyone else to be like, actually,
Hey,
no.
my boss is a moron. Did you know that? Also, he's
That's
CC'd.
literally what you just said. Like, actually, no, that's not correct. It was this percent. Like, you are literally doing career suicide by doing
Mm-hmm.
something like that. So, yeah, definitely send them a note on the side. Be like, hey, just so you know, this is actually the correct stat. Sorry, I didn't let you know earlier. And I'd let them figure out, like, do you want me to respond? I think that's the best way to do it. That's great
Yeah,
advice.
yeah.
All
That
right,
that
last
one's always
one.
worked. Okay.
Last one. And this one is I don't know the right place to use it. There's an urgent capability, I think on Teams and on Slack, where if you use the like at urgent or slash urgent tag,
Mm-hmm.
it will notify everybody in the channel for like an hour, every hour or every 10 minutes or whatever. It will
You
be like, hey,
serious?
hey, hey. And yeah, until someone responds, it just keeps going. And it will just keep on firing at everybody. All the notifications will be going off for everybody. Have you ever used that?
I'm gonna need to redact this portion of the podcast because I don't want this information getting out. Uh, can you imagine? I mean, do you work with sales a lot? Do you work with salespeople a lot?
Uh, not too frequently. I wasn't really on a lot of the commerce side of things, so
Yeah.
not too frequently.
If
Yeah.
salespeople knew about this power, all of our lives would be
Yeah.
ruined. Like this cannot get out. I'm gonna bleep this entire
It's so true.
section in the post. No one's gonna hear what you just said, and I think that's a terrible, terrible idea. Never use that. Slack, if you're listening, please remove that feature. Teams, just quit trying. No one likes you. Just end your
As an
application.
admin, as an admin, you should be able to disable that. Be
Yeah,
like,
I
listen,
mean,
my organization does not need that.
it shouldn't be an option. There's no world on this planet. What does that even mean? There is no instance on this planet where I think that is ever appropriate. And here's why. If it's really urgent, you should be writing that message every 5 minutes. Like, you should be doing that, not the robot, not the
Yeah. Or
automation.
knocking on, I mean, if you have a company, like
Right.
go knock on doors. Like
Go
if it's there,
upwards.
you should be knocking on doors, going upwards, and whatever it takes to figure out how to solve it.
Yeah, letting a Slack function do that for you not only proves that you are just an ignorant piece of crap, but also like, Slack, don't just turn it off, man. Just turn it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the equivalent to in a personal life, calling someone over and over again,
Yes.
or sending like a ton of text messages like over and over again, being like, all right, Andy, A, send, N, send, T, send, H, and just be like, I'm going to get his attention somehow. He better respond.
Copy and pasting, right? Just like copy paste the
Yeah.
same message and send it. Like, you didn't see this.
Yeah.
That's
Make sure you respond to this.
it's disgusting behavior. These are the humans I hope get purged when the AI takes over. I wouldn't mind at all. I feel like that kind of behavior is just
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
it's
nah.
it's a little psycho.
It's a
Yeah.
little much. Well, I think the funny thing is, people who do that would absolutely lose their bananas if it happened back to them, right? Like if someone did that to them, okay. This is psychology, right? Like there is a if you are willing to disrupt someone's life by messaging them over and over, or just disrupting someone's workday by like at here, need a response. Like you are clearly a narcissist. Like you have a narcissist type personality where you think my world, my situation, my urgency trumps what everyone else is doing, right? Like that's a classic narcissist personality disorder where you're just unable to even fathom that other people have lives, jobs, families, work, might be taking a dump. Like any of those possibilities are true because you just assume everyone is sitting around at your beck and call to serve you at your whim. So there's that, right? And when you do it back to them, they can't fathom it because they're the main character. They're
Yeah.
important. Why are you bothering them? So, not to get preachy, but I do think that some of these behaviors would be fixed by just a little bit of therapy. Just a little bit of therapy
Just
could
a
go a
tad.
long
Just a
way.
tad of therapy.
Awareness, right? Like, hey, bud, you
Right.
suffer from narcissist personality disorder, and people can't stand it. And when you tell them that, then they're like, oh my gosh, now I've got to be hypercritical and aware of myself because of how I come off. Like, that can go a long way. Just a
Yeah.
suggestion, just a thought.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
I thought of two stories when you were talking about like how there's no need for that. One, you remember when we were on the upper floor of Big Corp
Yeah.
and there was like a CI pipeline,
Mm-hmm.
like giant board that basically like showed the status of the pipeline. And if you broke the pipeline by your commit or whatever it is, and you like broke the test stack and it was going to pause the release, like you came in and basically just said like it's down, and it said like your name
Your
of
commit
who
broke it.
exactly
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
commit, yeah, whoever broke it.
Oh, I remember.
That's like what that's what this is. Like you
Mm-hmm.
remember, like we would get an email every hour. Hey, pipeline's still broken. It's because of Anthony. Check in 1 2 3 4 last night at 8:36. Like that was the ultimate like docs, and that went to everybody, every director, VP, all the engineers got that. Like that was crazy.
You know what though? Like, okay. I can't
You were
believe you
saying a
brought
little
this
what you
up.
just said.
I can't believe you brought this up. Well, here's the difference. Here's the difference, right? I want to give some more context to what you just said. Our
No, no, that's all
CI/CD.
the context they need.
No, 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 sir. No. Our CI/CD pipeline took 24 to 48 hours to build.
Yeah,
So we did a collection of commits. We would gather like 18 commits because people did their jobs during the day, and then they'd be able to check it in 2 days later. And it was your responsibility to run through all of these tests and checks and balances on your own machine or in your own test dev environment before you did it. Run through code review, et cetera, et cetera. Like there was a system in place that basically said, hey, just don't break this because it takes so long to get a good, clean build. Like here's all your tools, here's all your tech, don't break it. To then go and break the pipeline after all of that, knowing now we're going to have to wait 48 hours to get it fixed,
yeah.
maybe. If we can uncommit just your thing and unmerge just your thing from everyone else's nonsense that they also checked in there, I kind of like the name and shame in that instance because you've wasted a week of time at that point.
Yeah,
Like
I
you've
don't
literally
disagree.
wasted a week of everyone's time, and we've given you all the tools not to do that. But
Right.
that is not a, you know, this is Nina talking to everyone. I need you to answer my question right now on Slack. This is everyone's looking at Nina because Nina, you just cost the company man hours, lots of them.
Right.
We had 200 developers working on this thing, and now no one can work or get their thing checked in and moved on for the next 2 days because of your bad commit. Because you could have prevented this, and you decided
Yeah.
not to. So in that case, I think given all of the evidence, I'm good with the very public name and shame. But
Yeah.
and then there's always exceptions.
Right.
But
I think there's
that was a
I
grievous one.
think a good life motto is rarely, almost never, is a message that urgent to respond to.
Agree. Agree.
It can wait.
Yeah.
You get something at 5 o'clock, it can wait till tomorrow. I almost guarantee it. Like
Right.
99.999% of the time, that's the case. There are
Medical
cases where
emergencies are like the exception.
exactly life or death.
Right.
Yeah, that's the only exception. Other than that, it's like it's not worth stressing yourself out. It's not worth stressing out other people because it's definitely not the end of the world. To your
Mm-hmm.
point. The second story I remembered, which is similar to the CI/CD thing, I remember a friend of ours went to a company that they built like automatic locking doors and like a way to unlock doors. And I remember them telling us a story about their pipeline. If it went down, all the doors in the building were locked. And everyone's locked wherever they were, no matter meetings, office, anything, until somebody fixed the pipeline. Of course, they had overrides. If there was an emergency or something, like they could pull the switch and it would just do it, or they could just text somebody and it would all unlock. But I kind of love that because, like, you're just sitting in a room and you're like, oh, shoot, everyone's stuck exactly where they are. I hope no one has to go to the bathroom.
I mean, can you imagine some of the devious scenarios you could set up
Yeah.
with that?
Yeah.
Like, that's
Hit me with
and
a few.
okay. No, I'd rather not. I don't want to give anyone any ideas, but I'm just imagining like the horrible situations. Oh, I'm going to send a
Yeah.
bad commit and then I'm going to put myself somewhere I shouldn't be, right? Like
Yeah.
lock yourself in the office with the CEO kind of thing. Like I'm just
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
that could
Fair.
get
Yeah.
really ugly really quick. And unlike the name and shame, which is just like, hey, Janice, do better, this could actually lead to like real, criminal problems if not handled
Fair.
correctly. So I don't like
Fair.
that one. I don't like that one at all.
That's a little too intense.
That's way too creepy for me.
Yeah. Oh, but I think that was it.
I think it's
Those were
it. Well,
those were the
thank
two
you.
big ones. I don't know how we missed them.
Thank you, Michael's wife, for always keeping us honest and on track. We are two goofs running a podcast. At least we're not doing the manosphere thing, like at least we got that going for
Yeah.
us. So we'll strive to be
Hey, I
better.
think the exact word that was described, I think you might have said it in the Discord, was goobers. And I
We
think
are
goobers is the perfect word for what
we are two goobers, yes, and we will never sell you protein supplements. So at least you can take
well,
solace in that.
we actually said we might package something up and start selling it. You remember the dirt?
Oh yeah, the
You remember
dirt,
the dirt?
the
The
dirt.
dirt.
I mean, I haven't actually had the dirt in a while. Maybe that's why I'm a little sluggish. Maybe that's why I'm a little low. If only I had a subscription to my own dirt, could I find a better, happier lifestyle?
What did we call it? What did we call it? Like corporate dirt or
I think it was
something? Or
like corporate dirt, yeah, or dirt strategy. I mean, I don't know, dirt
dirt
strategy kind
strategy.
of dirt strat.
Dirt strike kind of goes hard. I could see us selling that. Just comment dirt on the YouTube channel,
I need
and
a
we'll send you a
hashtag
free
dirt.
sample.
Yes, please give that to me, and we'll
We'll
start
send you a sample.
packaging and selling. Okay, well, hey, speaking of AI, I think it's time, right?
It's time.
It's time.
It's time.
It's
All
time.
right, we do an awesome challenge. It's actually probably the most popular and consistent challenge we've done in a long time. Is it AI? Where we
Yes.
post two images side by side in the Discord, and people love it. People vote so fast on the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a recent one that we posted, but didn't post this beginning of this month, so it's about time to release it. And I will release it prior to this episode in the Discord if you go on there and want to see them for the future. So there were quite a few votes on both. I'm going to share my screen, and if you're watching on YouTube, you're going to get to see the live reveal. All right, let's see. How's this coming through?
Hold on, I gotta click it. Okay, there we
All
go.
right. Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
yes, I remember which one I selected. So please tell me which one is the AI.
This one was like the hardest one for everybody. We've done coffees, we've done water coolers. I think this one, the water cooler was actually surprisingly hard for a lot of people.
Gingerbread Man.
This one, Gingerbread Man, I think was too easy. But this one, I think, tripped people up the most because I think it's just the type of picture it is, where it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
far away. It's got weather kind of going on in both. Like it's something that could be in both scenarios. AI generated.
Reflections. Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff is like really hard, and AI's gotten really good at it. So the picture on the left got the most votes for being AI, and that is the right answer. The
Okay.
picture on the right is the right picture. The left is AI. So the group won, but it was almost 60-40. Like it was pretty close.
The thing that made me say the picture on the right was real was the combination of both English and I think is it Chinese characters? I
Oh
can't
yeah,
zoom
on the
in.
left.
Yeah, or on the right.
Okay, yeah.
On the left of the right picture, there's like Chinese characters, and then you see the English, and then further back. But then also, if you look at the lighting, right, like the way
Wait,
the
wait, wait. Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking
Are
about
you
the one
saying
the
the
image
one
on
with
the
the
right.
characters?
Yes,
Are you saying that's real, or are you saying that's AI?
I'm saying that's real.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. I
Yeah,
thought
I'm
you
saying
were
that's
going with
real
the character
because
because
I don't think AI can actually create. And maybe I mean everything changes. Like I know it still struggles with text and
yeah,
words, especially with like
that's a great call.
reflections, right? So that's where it let me down. But then the reflections on the image on the left,
Yep.
there is like a
On the
floating lamp in the image on the left that is just floating. It's not attached to anything.
Yep.
Like there's two that are attached to poles and one that's attached to nothing. So like there are a couple little things I'm like, this is good, but it's not quite good enough.
Yeah,
Nice
the
try, AI.
characters, like the Asian characters, whether it's Chinese or Japanese, whatever it is, like that's a great call. The fact
Hmm.
that it got like the English right on like hotel and air tickets, and it didn't mess up or garble any of the Chinese characters or Japanese characters over there. Yeah, I think that's the tell. 100% agree with you. But it's close, man. Like the fact that it was 60-40 and people did get it right, but man,
Yeah,
it was a hard one. More
yeah,
like this. That's what we're going to have because these are the ones that it's really difficult to tell.
yeah. Um, oh, I forgot to mention when I was in San Francisco, speaking of AI, I did ride in a Waymo
Oh,
multiple
did you
times.
really?
Yeah, yeah. It was really nice.
How
It
was
was
it?
really nice.
Yeah.
Vastly prefer it to the human driver. So
Really?
it's
Vastly? No
it
way.
well the car is just cleaner. It's a nicer car. Okay, hold on, let me
Yeah.
close the stream. Let me get back here. Nicer car.
Sorry.
It was very cautious, which I appreciated actually. You know, when you're with an Uber driver, sometimes they'll do some moves and you're like, I wouldn't have
Yeah.
done that, right? The
There's
Waymo
times I've
is
been in Ubers where I'm
incredibly
like, I'm
cautious.
gonna.
Yeah.
I've been in Ubers where I'm like, I might die tonight. Like this
Mm-hmm.
might be it for me. So
Yeah.
I 100% agree with you.
It was also one of those times where it's like there are literally cameras around me at all
Yeah.
times here, but I feel like it's for my
Right.
safety, right? Like this is truly something where I feel safe because I'm being observed. And there was just respect for the machine. I thought it drove very well, drove very cautious, and it was a smooth ride. Just I was very impressed. I kind of was like, man, I wish we had Waymos everywhere, but I do
Yeah.
realize that's going to destroy an
They're
entire industry. So
yeah. They are where we
that'll be
live.
fun.
I've seen them. I've
No,
seen them not where I live.
where I
More
live,
around where you live. Yeah,
no.
and more of like the central Orlando area. I've seen them all over.
But are they Waymo or are they some other thing?
They're Waymo. Yeah, they're Waymo.
Get
And they
out of
are
town,
very
Charlie Brown.
cautious. I got behind one. I
Yeah,
got behind one. It just wouldn't turn right on red, no
yeah,
matter
it won't
what.
do it.
And I'm like, we're in the turn lane. I'm like, dude, just turn.
You
You
know
can
what
turn
though?
here.
So the coolest thing about it was you can see the screen of what it sees at all times because
Yeah,
there's like a screen. You're in the back seat. The little screen. You can put
right,
music on, whatever. But like in San Francisco, every other car is a Waymo. So you
right.
see their screen and you realize this is a botnet. Like every Waymo is showing up on the screen with every other Waymo on the street. And I have to think
Yeah.
that is improving traffic patterns because they're able to work
Okay.
together, figuring out like timings and all that, what's coming, what's behind, and like make decisions. If every car was a Waymo, like if we just stopped driving and we've switched fully to, maybe you own your own Waymo and it just drives you places. Like I would not be opposed to that, simply because I think that would fix a lot of our grid problems. So it was a very cool experience. Highly recommend if you get the chance.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
wild. I've never done one, but I've always been tempted.
you should.
One of these
Next
days.
next time you're West Coast, highly recommend it. Give it a swirl. Um, oh, one more AI thing, and I always say this because I was looking at our chat. One of our friendly Discord members said I was right about the AI and said the texturing on the left looks like, on the road surface looks like a video game. Did you see what NVIDIA announced this week with DLSS 5?
So I saw some buzz around it. To be honest, I kind of missed the headline.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me
Hit me
try
with the
our
headline.
screen share capability here. I can't hit you with a headline. It's just like,
No, I want you to hit me with it.
well, they're using this new AI feature that basically makes characters in video games look like Instagram filter face, and they think it's good. So let me. It's so bad, so bad.
Our
Uh,
podcast listeners love this, who aren't
they,
doing the visual audio at all.
they do love. Well, it's just one more reason to watch us live or
That's
go to
true
our
on
YouTube
YouTube.
channel. So yeah, the audio description here. Um, NVIDIA, for those that don't know, is a graphics card company, now also an AI company, that is constantly upping their game with their ability to use AI with a feature called DLSS, something scaling system, but basically allows them to render the game at a higher resolution or generate frames or be smoother regardless of the performance of the game. So in many ways, the graphics card vendor is filling in for bad video game code developers. And they just released this groovy, awful feature called DLSS 5. They didn't actually release it, they teased it. And it has to be seen to be believed. Like, I cannot describe this. I'll let you try, Michael. I don't know if this is going to come through on the
You want me
stream.
to? I can see it, I think.
All right, so check this out. So this is Resident Evil Requiem,
Okay.
right? DLSS off.
Yeah.
Look what they did to my girl Grace's face. Look at how bad that is.
Yeah.
Look at my boy Leon here. This is my favorite man alive. Oh my god. Why? Why did they
I mean,
yassify his face?
like it's.
Heinous. Heinous.
Oh, this one's the worst. This one's
Like,
so bad.
it's so bad. Like, look at what it does.
Like that one's actually not bad.
I don't know. Like I will give
The
credit.
grandma was tough.
The backgrounds, like I think the back like the tile. If you don't look at their
Yeah.
faces, like if you look at the tile, you look at some of the walls and the ceiling, like that looks better. Objectively, I think it does look better.
Interesting.
But the human faces, it just Instagrams them and like adds
Yeah, it does.
lighting in
It
ways
does.
that it doesn't need to. I don't know. Like this is a real person. This person already exists.
Yeah,
We don't need to AI his
you're right.
face. It's terrible.
It is weird because like some weren't bad, but then some were so bad. Like
Yes.
some were awful. The grandma was so bad. I don't know
Grandma's
why they would
terrible.
do that.
Yeah.
You know, speaking, we're just never gonna end. I think we're just gonna filibuster for the rest of the time.
I think we should.
I I went to a Amish ice cream place last night.
Where?
Ice cream
Here?
was great.
Here?
Yeah, it was over by me. Yeah, but dude, it wasn't Amish. It was not Amish. It was called Violet's Ice Cream, and it
Oh,
was like purple. They had neon lights. I'm like,
I've been to
the Amish
Violets.
people don't have neon
No,
lights. Yeah,
I've been
it
to
was good.
Violets.
The ice
Violets is
cream was great,
good.
but I was like, this is not Amish.
There. I got a better place for you. I got a better place
Okay,
that
well,
I
good to know.
think.
Well, my
Well, I've had Amish. I'm sure you've had Amish ice cream too, right? Like, yeah. If you're ever in, Pennsylvania, you can't avoid it. It's to die for, and
it
that
really
ain't it.
is.
That ain't it.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Like I
It's
wasn't upset
good.
with the ice cream. I was upset. I was upset with them calling themselves Amish when like they had the fluorescent neon tubes in there, and then a giant blown up picture of a woman eating ice cream on the wall that was just 100% AI generated. I was like, one, it's just so obvious that's AI. Like that does not look like a real person at all, and like there's no way the Amish would have approved this, right?
So, so speaking of our wives filling us in on things, here's the truth: is a lot of these places now don't exist for us to be served good things. They exist for us to Instagram about it and
Oh,
to,
true.
yeah.
Oh, I hate
So
that.
these
I hate
places
that.
exist to be photographed and filmed, not to actually be enjoyed. And
Oh,
that is one of those places. My wife went to one of those restaurants. She went to a restaurant with one of her friends for their birthday, and it was like, oh my gosh, this place doesn't actually
yeah.
have good food. It's expensive, and it's literally like everyone's on their phone the entire time, just posing,
Yeah,
taking pictures. Like
100%.
everything
I've
they
seen
bring
one of
out is
those.
meant to
Yeah.
be photographed, and it's terrible quality. Like it's
Oh,
a sad state that we live in.
it
Again,
is.
like
That's
all right, let's just have the AI take over because I give up. People suck.
oh, they really do.
Well, I think it's a good note to end on. Everything's falling apart. Trust your robots. Love your neighbor, but they don't love you back. So, if you want to hang out with us, you can do so by joining our Discord for the time being. Links are in the show notes.
Real
Really,
switch.
if you want to help us out, you can sign up for our Patreon. Link in the show notes, link in the YouTube video. Even if you don't want to pay, we do have a free tier that helps us out. It helps us get noticed. It helps the algorithm. Please sign up for our Patreon. And if you can help us out monetarily, we have a dollar tier, we have a $10 tier. And we've basically set goals for ourselves. So as we hit more income, you get more benefits, like a better streaming platform and a better setup for us to record and film these kind of things in. So help us out if you can. If not, share the podcast with your friends, family, neighbors. We would love that. As always, I'm Anthony.
You almost said I almost did too. And I'm Michael.
What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say, Michael?
Nothing, nothing,
Okay.
nothing, Anthony.
Oh, good. I'm glad you remember. My real name sounds faker than my fake name, so that's great.
It
Uh,
does. That's true.
yeah, yeah. What a good situation for us to be in. Hey, you know what? You know what I know, though. What I know for a fact. I'm exhausted. I'm
What?
tired. I'm so tired.
I can hear it.
I'm losing my voice, losing my words. You're on mute. We will see you all next week.